The Honeymoon is Never Over, presented by Priscilla Diaz. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Honey, I love you. Contest chair, panel of judges, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Do you remember the times when you said, honey, I love you? 23 years ago, I was married to my one and only groom. Tall, handsome, dark. Do you know what it is like? To be on a honeymoon. It's magical, being in love, embraced in each other's arms, looking into each other's eyes and saying, what did I do to deserve you? Holding hands, missing of a heartbeat, appreciating each other and being the first to reconcile. Asking the question ever so often, do you love me? Only to hear the magical words, honey, I love you. Those were the first few blissful years of our married life. I bet yours too. Now all the holding and cherishing had resulted in us having our babies. And soon we got busy imposing our different parenting techniques on our poor children. And arguing on who was right. School, jobs, and the lunch boxes became our routine. The gleam of our romance as man and wife had started to fade. Over the years, we had drifted ourselves into our own selfish selves, taking the other for granted, being insensitive of the needs of the other, and of course, holding the other responsible for anything that went wrong. Now, with every passing day, I grew envious of the time and money my husband spent on photography. 500 KD for just that small body of the camera, and another 1,000 KD for the lens. Enough to drive me up the walls. This and other things often led us to go to bed with our backs facing each other. Sadly, we had started to live a life of his and hers, mine and yours. Have you been at such a threshold? Now, fortunately for us, we were quick to realize this. So my husband came up to me and said, honey, let's join the gym. Gym? Perhaps getting back my hourglass figure and his 6-packs would spark the romance, he thought. And it did. He got his 6-packs. As for me, you can see. Before long, there came that rekindling moment in our lives when we paid heed to our children's request to make bend our ways, and we attended a couples retreat where we learned the true essence of being husband and wife. Now look at the curiosity on your faces. You all want to know what we learned there, don't you?
Yeah.
Nothing new. We knew how to express our love. We knew what it was to appreciate and reconcile. We had done it all. But we had stopped doing it. Have you stopped expressing your love? Have you stopped appreciating the love of your life? have you stopped reconciling? At the retreat we learned, oh yes, we did learn. We learned, pay attention, we learned that the honeymoon is never over. What did we learn? The honeymoon is never over, which meant we had to live a life, a romantic life, forever. So once again, my husband and I started going out on dinner dates, watching movies, cuddled on the couch, kissing goodnight, and simply loving each other. The gleam of our romance had returned. Most importantly, we learned that we had to appreciate the goals and passions of each other. That is when I started to appreciate my husband's passion for photography. We have been living a life of newlyweds since then. My handsome groom there and me, his beautiful bride, are always on our honeymoon. Now, ladies, you definitely want to be that beautiful bride forever. Gentlemen, you definitely want to be on that romantic honeymoon. Yes, forever.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Yes. So what are you waiting for? Go! Grab the love of your life, crush them in your arms, look into their eyes and say, honey, I love you. That is all it takes to spark the romance. And remember, the honeymoon is never over. Contest check.